Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this productive get it all done with me. In this video we are going to be tackling some cleaning, laundry, and a little bit of meal prep. I am also going to be doing a little bit of decluttering. If you're new here, please feel free to subscribe. I try to post twice a week, and don't forget to like this video if you need some motivation to get some things done around the house. So starting this video off here in the kitchen, these dishes have dried from breakfast and lunch this day. I like to use the dishwasher as a drying rack for the most part. So these have been here since the morning. I washed them in the sink and then placed them in here to dry. I just wanted to clear the way so I can get started on some meal prep. Dinner was becoming so overwhelming to me to make every night, so we decided a while ago to just start meal prepping for Mike and myself because sometimes the kids will not eat what we meal prep. There are some meals that they will eat, but then there are some that they don't. So we do still find ourselves, or should I say Mike finds himself cooking almost every night still. But at least it is just for the kids. And then of course it is a lot. So then there are leftovers or kind of a meal prep for them the next day. So that's just been working out for us. He has kind of just grabbed that bull by the horns. He has gone above and beyond. He saw how much making dinner was stressing me out. If you know, you know. You've got to plan out the meals, make the list for grocery shopping, cook the meal each night, and then do the dishes, pots and pans each night. Then after that, it's the whole bedtime routine. So this is just what has been working for us. This is what was left over from our little sweet treat haul yesterday: a milk bun, berry tail bun, and a chocolate bun. This is our favorite bakery for stuff like this. We started going for the milk buns, the one that was on the top right, but then they would run out really quickly. It's one of those things you have to be there when they open or kind of early to get this. But I want to say they've been doing way better with replenishing the milk buns throughout the day the past couple of years. But in the beginning, when they first opened, it was kind of like first come, first serve. So in the beginning, we didn't want to waste a trip. So then we ended up trying other things like the berry tail bun, which has like a triple berry filling. And that became our favorite for a little bit. And then, of course, the chocolate bun is so good when you're in the mood for chocolate. But yeah, I think a lot of bakeries will do that. For instance, I did go one time really late on a Sunday around 4:30 or 5 p.m. And yeah, they were not replenishing the milk buns, which makes total sense and kind of goes to show how fresh everything is. I just scrubbed and washed off these 4 potatoes. I'm going to dry them off and get them cut up, then season them, and then toss them in the air fryer. I kept the skin on because I did give them a good scrubbing in the sink, and I kind of like them that way as opposed to peeling them. Throwing some oil on them before adding my seasonings so the seasonings will stick. I like to add garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, paprika, and parsley. Then you just mix it all together, and I use the air fryer to cook these. I did 10 minutes at 400, open the basket, toss them a little bit, and then put them back in for another 10 minutes. For dinner this week, we just decided to meal prep breakfast. So I am just at least going to get these prepped. I did not have time to do the frittata right now, but I did have time to do the potatoes and chop up the red onion and bell pepper. For the frittata, we use our big glass dish, like something you would use for lasagna. And we use about 8 to 10 eggs and then a small carton of egg whites along with onion and bell pepper. And I think we threw in some spinach too. And then we also added cottage cheese this time for some added protein. I seasoned the cottage cheese first. I put a couple tablespoons in a small bowl and seasoned it with just some salt and black pepper, and then mixed that in as well with the eggs because I do not like the way cottage cheese tastes by itself. But yeah, I didn't have time for this because a frittata this big takes about an hour in the oven at 375. And I had a couple of other things to do after this and in between that, and I just wasn't going to be home. So I needed to do that while I was home. I did have to split the potatoes into 2 batches because my air fryer is big, but not that big. So while that first batch was cooking, I chopped up the rest of the potatoes so they can be ready once that first batch is done. Next, I am going to get the red onion and the bell peppers chopped up, and I'm just going to keep those refrigerated until it's time to make the frittata later. I did forget to mention that we do add sausage to the frittata as well. I buy the ground sausage that comes in a roll. We did 1 pound, so you do have to get that cooked first in a pan separately. Well, that's what we like to do, and then mix that in with the frittata before baking it. After all is said and done, this made us 8 meals total because we know we will get burnt out of it and either cook something else or eat out once a week. So we are good with the 8, and then the week starts over and we will either make Spam and rice for dinner on Saturday, or if we can make it to the grocery store before then, we will buy something there and then cook Saturday and Sunday. And Spam and rice is just one of those things. We like to buy the big pack from Sam's and just keep it in the pantry because it's just one of those quick, easy meals. And then you just have a frozen veggie in the freezer for that. Lately, we've been doing broccoli. So then you just get your water boiling on the stove, boil some broccoli, and there you have it. You have your Spam, broccoli, rice. And then for the Spam, we like to season it with oyster sauce, and it comes out really good. And then if you are in the mood for a runny egg with it, sometimes we will fry an egg, and that comes out really good. So Mike usually does all the meal prep, but I do what I can to prep anything or help him save some time. If it's chopping veggies or chopping garlic, I am more of a sous chef when it comes to dinner, but with breakfast, I have kind of mastered that, and it is one of the easier meals along with lunch. So that's why I was able to do all this today. I do just have to say again, I am really appreciative for him stepping up because, like I said before, everything was just getting so overwhelming. And I'm trying to remember if I felt this way back then when we were at the house before this house. Back then, we only had one child. So I don't know if it was the addition of another small child or just all of the added stresses of life that have come on to me, or us, I should say. And then in turn, it just kind of made everything else overwhelming. I don't know, because I try not to make everything a big deal because I know people have done this before, like running households, working while running a household. So I try not to get too much in my head. I have all the veggies chopped up, and it is now time for the first batch of potatoes to do another round of 10 minutes in the air fryer. While I get that started, I'm going to get this second batch of potatoes seasoned with the same set of seasonings. That way they are ready to go once 10 minutes is up. I did not want to use all of that red onion. I don't know, sometimes when it's too much, it's just too much red onion. So I just like to store those in a fridge in a Ziploc bag. And if I can, I get a permanent marker and put the date on there. That way I know how old it is. Because sometimes onions cannot get too old, but then I can't remember when I put them in there. So I do like to have a date on it. And of course, if the date was a long time ago, I just like to go ahead and toss them. I do not want to eat them. This helps with grocery shopping as well. I always try my best to check to see what we have first and either trying to pick a recipe with stuff we already have or stuff that we need to use up. In my next video, you're going to see I rearranged our fridge shelves, and with that, it has kind of helped me stay on top of cleaning it out every other day because it switched up how much space we have available, which is what I wanted. And we are trying it out, and so far so good because, like I said, it kind of keeps me on my toes to get rid of old stuff more frequently to free up space in there. But of course, if we don't like it, we can always switch it back. But I just wanted to try something different because honestly, even in the last house, we kind of had the same setup, even though that fridge, it had the freezer on top and then the fridge on the bottom, and it didn't have French doors. It was just the one door for the fridge and one door for the freezer. But overall, I mean, kind of same setup. So I just wanted to try something different. And here's what the potatoes look like after seasoning before going into the air fryer. Here is where I store our mixing bowls. We also have a wok, which I would store with the mixing bowls because it's in the same shape, but it is too big. So that is stored in the dining room on a wire shelf we have, literally for extra storage. We also store our meal prep containers in here. We have these Glad plastic ones, and we also have these glass ones. I asked for these glass ones for Christmas one year. Can you believe that? I am sorry, but I just cannot help asking for stuff for the house or kitchen when it comes to Mother's Day, my birthday, or Christmas. For instance, my birthday is coming up, and I've mentioned this before. Mike is a really good gift giver. He can buy me something without a list, but the list helps, if anything, because we have been together for over 10 years. So a few years back, it's just been easier to do gifts like this, making lists, because it's just one of those things. What do you get the person who has everything? And I am currently trying to make my birthday list, and I am trying so hard not to put cleaning gadgets or just stuff for the house. But I do feel like in turn that stuff would make my little heart happy, even though it is for the house. Maybe it is something that will help me in return and bring me joy. This first batch of potatoes are done, so I'm gonna get those scooped into these meal prep containers. And then of course we'll cook the frittata later. And then we like to let all of the meals cool before going into the fridge. And honestly, I think that's a whole food safety thing. You gotta let your food cool before putting it into the refrigerator. So we have to take time into account when we are meal prepping as well, because you gotta cook, give it time to cool, and then put it in the fridge. So we try not to prep, too late at night, because who's gonna stay up late and wait for the food to cool just to get it in the fridge? Okay, so I say I can be a sous chef, but sometimes I do not prep enough food. So I thought I was gonna do that again today, and I only grabbed 6 containers, but it turns out I did prep enough potatoes for 8 meals. So I had to grab 2 more containers, and I do want to mention these have been holding up really well, and it's been a couple years since Mike bought them for me, maybe even over a couple years. But of course, he found them on Amazon. They got here safely, none were broken, and yeah, we love them. But anyways, back to the gift thing. What do you do after you've been together so long? We've just been doing the list thing, but I don't know if there's anything else, because honestly, after kids, relationships really do become work, which is fine. And you learn that this person is more than someone you love romantically. It's someone you want to do life with, including raise kids, which becomes a top priority, obviously. And I don't want to say knowing your partner falls to the wayside, but it can happen given all of the obstacles that happen in life. So sometimes the gift giving to me isn't as easy as it was in the beginning. And then for me, like I said before, I just want stuff for the house or the kitchen, because then there's the whole not having time for yourself after having a baby. So then you're on this journey of balancing being a mom and then who you are outside of being a mom, which has been a struggle for me, but I've been trying not to overthink it because I am a mom. But anyways, on to the laundry room. I'm going to wash my son's body pillow with regular laundry detergent, Downy scent beads, and some OxyClean, which I have been loving lately for stains. I have found that the low heat setting on the dryer dries pillows and fluffy stuff really well. So that's what I do for pillows and comforters, as opposed to letting them air dry, which can take a few days, and I don't have time for that. Since I am in here already, I am also going to get a load of towels and blankets done. I I am also going to toss in these bath mats. I washed one last week and it came out so clean and fluffy. I am hoping the same thing happens with these other two because I've been wanting to just buy new ones. But if I can get these clean like the last one came out, then I think I can stretch these for a little bit longer. This pillow was done drying and it came out so clean. That OxyClean powder has been such a game changer for me. Okay, so I was not too impressed with the way these came out. I do want to give them another wash in the washing machine. We shall see if that helps. I mean, they do feel clean, so I will give them that, but it just doesn't look clean to me. And if not, then I will just have to go buy some new ones because the larger one came out so clean, but if these two are not, then I would just want a whole new fresh set. It is fun going out and shopping, but I'm so indecisive, but maybe if it is something that I need, I'll be more decisive. I don't know. I just need to make a list of stuff that we need because we need a new shower curtain for the other restroom. I think we need a new liner as well for that. And then I just need to take care of the next shower curtain better, or not even. Maybe I can try washing that curtain before going to buy a new one. Yeah, I might just do that instead. I know I wanted it to match the color on the wall and the decor in there, which is a light brown, white, and black. And then the shower curtain is gray, the current one that we have. But it is not the end of the world if it doesn't match. So yeah, I think I want to do that. Just go ahead and try to wash it first, see if it comes out clean, and then just keep it because honestly, that was the excuse I was using. Oh, it's getting kind of dirty. Let me just go buy a new one. And I might as well get one that matches the decor in there. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think I just want to try to wash it. Onto this restroom, I bought this CLR for my shower and it worked really good on getting all of the built up calcium and rust on the outside. If you missed that video, I will have it linked below and I'll add a card here if you want to watch that and see this cleaner in action because, spoiler alert, it does not do anything in here. It is a new cleaner to me, and I saw how well it worked in my shower, which is a place that I have tried multiple cleaners and hacks, and nothing worked until I bought this cleaner. And that's kind of what I have done in here, so I thought that the CLR would help in the toilet and on the sink, but it did not. And if you do use this cleaner, be aware of the smell. It is very strong to me and worse than vinegar in my opinion. I thought that that's what it was on here, calcium, lime, and rust, but I guess it is not. So back to the drawing board for this area. The directions do say to let it sit for 2 minutes, so I was really careful to follow the instructions because I have found with some cleaners, if you don't use them right, they will not work. So I was sure to follow the instructions on this, and still it did not work. And here is the after of the toilet. No change here, looks the same as the before. And also, don't look at this shower. We don't use this shower at all, but the people before us did a really bad caulking job in here, and we have not had time to sit and scrape it and redo the caulk. So yes, it looks really bad, but definitely not a priority right now. The smell of the cleaner was just so bad and so strong. You can just smell the chemicals in it. I did not want any residue left on here, so I was sure to rinse the surface with water really good to get the cleaner off. So that's what I'm doing here. But back to the drawing board with this one. I need to figure out first what this is on here. Is it caulking? I don't know. I did go ahead and dry the surface down after rinsing it off with water, but then I wanted to give it a good wipe down with a Clorox wipe as well. This bathroom is still usable, but needs a lot of elbow grease in some areas. I still wanted to share this because this is our real life, and I am still learning on how to clean what in the house. It is just a never-ending journey. Lastly, I am going to go through this bin to see what we can keep and what we can sell at a garage sale that was that weekend, but it ended up storming and we were going to put everything in the driveway on tables, and we just thought it would be too much to even chance it because, sometimes when it rains, you get pockets of no rain, but we just did not want to chance it. You're allowed to have garage sales, but this weekend was the community one where they encourage everyone to do it at once. That way you can just spend the day shopping garage sales, which is pretty cool. They do this twice a year, and every year we always say we're going to participate, but then we never do. It kind of just sneaks up on us. So we were trying to gather some items the week of, which is not good in my opinion, but I knew there was some stuff in here that we no longer would need. And even if we didn't end up having the garage sale, at least I know I can get rid of this stuff. The majority of stuff I have are old clothes that used to be the kids'. They've obviously grown out of them, but then there's stuff that I bought for gifts, but then never gave it out. So the blue bin had a bunch of random stuff in it. I like to keep the stuff we buy and didn't get a chance to give out in here. It helped us a couple times when we were running late for a party and we didn't have a gift. We got invited last minute, stuff like that. But after doing this video, it helped me see that that really hasn't helped in a couple of years. That hasn't really happened in a while, so I think I want to do away with most of that stuff, which is good because we've just got stuff everywhere around the house in little nooks and crannies and closets. I haven't decluttered in a while. I thought we were good, but now I am starting to see that we are not, and I should definitely start going through stuff and getting rid of what we don't need. In this clear bin, I have old clothes that don't fit my oldest anymore. Some still had tags on them, so I was saving them for my little one, but now he has grown out of some of them already. They were just out of sight, out of mind. He has so many clothes already. His closet is just bursting at the seams, so I could see why I just kept this stuff here. My first thought was to just donate this, but I'm gonna check to see if my sister-in-law wants them. My nephew is right behind my little one, so he might still be able to fit some of this stuff. And most of that stuff for him still had tags on it too, so they're brand new. See, these still have tags on them. I want to say these might have even been gifts for my oldest way back when for his birthday or Christmas. And yeah, he just never got to wear them just because they grow so fast. But it is good to have a variety of clothing because you never know what events you'll end up having to go to and what the dress code might be. For the most part, I keep my kids in t-shirts and basketball shorts. I just want them to be comfortable. But there have been times that they need a dress shirt or dress pants for a special occasion or stuff like that. And sometimes these will come in clutch. But yeah, those were some good pants and shirts. I'm going to see if my sister-in-law will take them. But yeah, for the most part, if my kids do need something, we do end up just going to buy them new pants or buy a new shirt because it's not worth it to buy it and then just have it sit in the closet and then they have nowhere to go and wear it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for being here and for coming along on this productive get it all done with me. I hope this video gave you some motivation and helped in some way, and I hope you have a great day, night, week, weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I will see you next time.